We have a quick question here from Kerrick asking us, what is the best news feed to use for trading equities? Now, first of all, thank you, Kerrick, for the question. So obviously, before I start, I will be more biased towards the Forex Source Terminal because it is our product. But looking at it purely from the outside in, the question that you need to ask is, what info do you require to trade equities successfully? Now, we know the biggest mover of equities, apart from the overall economic performance of their respective countries and economies, is the overall risk zone. Now, if we want a quick rundown of what is happening in the overall economic performance for the various majors, there's a couple of sources in the terminal that we can use for that. Firstly, we can go to the currency research section and open up the fundamental drivers report. Apart from that, we can also go to the Market Insights tab and have a look through our current sentiment drivers report for each of the various majors. And that'll obviously provide very detailed information on exactly what is driving the major economies right now. Now, if we quickly go to the opening news articles that we have in the terminal as well, these ones are really handy, both from not only a currency perspective, but from any type of asset class perspective, whether that is equities, whether it's currencies, whether it's bonds. If we open up something like the daily European equity, European news, or whether that is the US news, all of that will always provide very, very important equity information. Basically, if we just quickly take this as an example, we can see it's giving us exactly the reason for why equities have been moving in the past session. And more importantly, it always provides the catalyst that is driving equities at that moment. Now, then also looking at something like the dominant currency sentiment themes that we do for the London as well as the New York trading sessions, that'll provide information. If we do see a strong risk tone, for example, we know that that'll most likely be from big moves that we're seeing in equities, and that'll always be mentioned in these reports if that is a key driver and whether we are expecting that move in equities to continue to the up or to the downside, depending on the reason for the current risk tone. Now, apart from the reports, we also have, just in the newsfeed itself, in the terminal, we also have the vast majority of news flow that you will require for equities will already be available in the terminal. So the terminal covers all news around the market that can potentially move the market. So whether that is something that has happening in equities, whether it's something happening in bonds, happening in currencies, happening in commodities, the terminal will basically give you all the market moving info that you need to know how to do your intermarket analysis, which is why the terminal is basically suitable for trading any type of asset class, really. Now, if we just take an example of today, apart from the opening news, etc., we also have US equity as well as European equity opening news, which is very, very helpful, especially resulting to equities itself. This will give you lots of information of what is exactly moving specific stocks right now. So in today's example, we have Apple, we have updates on Apple, Macy's, update on SoftBanks, on airlines, the Dow Jones, also NASDAQ stocks. So lots of information on various different moves, broker moves, etc., downgrades. If we just go up to the additional news, we can see there's some additional information from a macro point of view that's basically drilling down all the things that's moving equities right now. So personally, for me, looking at it with all the information that's included in the terminal, apart from just the news feed itself, I would say that the info that we have in the terminal is more than enough for trading something like equities as well. So I do hope that helps you out there, Kerrick, maybe looking for those type of news flows and those type of reports to help you in your equity trading as well.